Hi, I'm back. And I have our barnboard background that we painted the other day. I did do a quick pencil drawing of what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some tulips in front of our fence. And I did a lilac painting earlier that you'll see in another video. But I'm just going to use the same paint that I have on my canvas. And that was a motorcycle. And I'm going to use the same three brushes that I used for that painting. I'm Jamie. These are pets in here wandering around here, there, and everywhere. They might wander around. Water for rinsing. Here's the chicken on her way coming. So let's see. What didn't I say? Oh, I need a paper towel, which I do have. I just forgot to get. So you need a paper towel for wiping off your brushes. Hello, chicken. Hello, chicken. And the last one was blown away, so we're going to tuck it in. See? Here, come here. You want some? I need to. I move my legs. Oop, well, now she took the whole cracker. Now we have all kinds of chicken. Toss a couple in. Here you go, girls. There you go. And now there's a whole bunch of chicken. Yeah. You guys like graham crackers, huh? Here you go. Apparently today's video features chicken and tulips. All right. So we're going to start. I'm going to start with my leaves. Tulips have great big fat leaves. So I'm going to get my brush wet. And I'm going to go into my greens. And we're going to start where we want our leaves to live. Hi, girls. Variety pack of chickens. There's some Wyandottes in there, Buff Orpingtons in there. Some that I don't even know the name of in there. They do have names, names. But I mean like their type of bird. I'm not really sure on type of bird. So I'm using a water-based acrylic paint. So if you find that your paint's not moving the way you want it to, I've got a little thick between painting sessions here. I'm adding a tiniest bit of water to my brush, getting in my paint. And it just helps things kind of move along. Leaf number 1. What was that? 2 minutes? 2 minutes. And we already have a beautiful, beautiful leaf. Now, anytime that I do like a drawing in pencil, it's more of a guideline. I don't always follow it exactly. But if you're one of those people that needs to, then have at it. You better be a good drawer. All right. Leaf number 2. Leaf number 2. I know it seems like such a shame that we're covering up all this barn board that we did the other day. It's so pretty. But something's got to live in front of this fence. Right. We're almost done with leaves. And I do find, I just stuck my finger in the paint, that sometimes you can kind of see like the darker area behind things. You can just go over it with a second coat after it dries, if it bothers you. And we're gonna, this one has a flower in front of it, so we're gonna go around where the flower is gonna live so that I don't have to try to go over the green as well. This is my leaf that sits more in the front. Like this one's in the front, this one's the next one, then this one's behind that, and then this is going to live behind all of them. And you do kind of want to know that for when you're doing your highlight stuff that we're going to do in a minute. Hi, chicken. Oh, you're looking for more snack? Are you greedy? Are you greedy? Yeah, I know it. You're just spoiled rotten. That's what you are. All my pets are spoiled. I like pets. That's why I spoil them. All right, so this and this are that leaf. Sit in the back. Leaves. Boom. Done. So I have some like this weird, like light green, yellowish. We're gonna use that as a highlight. I did not rinse my brush. We're just gonna add some of that lightish yellow greeny color right to that same green that's in our brush. And then we're gonna do some like highlighty area. So you can kind of feel where the leaves do their thing. Highlight. You don't want all your highlight everything to be the same either. You know, kind of leave some streaky stuff in the brush. Beautiful, beautiful thing. There. Leaf number 2, highlight. Look at us go. Leaf number 3. We're doing this while it's still kind of wet so that it will blend a little tiny bit better. One more to go. And zoom, baby. We have like variegated leaves for our tulips. Yeah. Gives them a little definition. Now you can see who's sitting in the front, who's sitting behind things. You want a little more highlight in things? Go for it. Want it a lot lighter in some spots? Go for it. You want some pretty streaks? You know, you can use a thinner brush. Go for it. Go for it. However you want your leaves to look. All right. We are going to rinse the brush now. Now we're going to do a quick drying slash cardio for just a minute. Not even a minute. We're going to make sure we get all the paint out of that brush because we're going to use that one again in a minute. All right. Green. Out of brush. Dry, dry, dry. Cardio, baby. I'm going to have to throw some more snacks in so you all can see some more paint. I can do that. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. All right, let me get some snacks. They're graham crackers. Oh, boom. Here, guys. Who wants some snacks? Come on. There you go. We're back to the chickens. Apparently the goats do not want the snack today. Mommy wants the snack. Look at all the chicken fluffy butts. We got fluffy butts. Oh, here comes some white ones. Come on, girls. Hi. Yeah. They're like little roadrunner chickens. They're so cute. There you go. All right. Oh, you're going to eat right here. Here. There you go. You're welcome. You want some too? Here you go. You're welcome. Yeah, again? You're greedy. No, you're just hungry. All right. Enough snacks. Our paint is dry. Now we need stems. Same brush. We're going to go into the darker green. And we're going to add a little tiny bit of black. Just because I kind of want these stems to stand out a little tiny bit from the background leaves. And I mean like tiny bit of black. Does not need to be a whole big bunch. And I will show you what I mean. Like it still is green. This has the tiniest bit of black in it. And now we're going to figure out where our stems are going to live. Them. I feel like this stem's going to sit behind everything. We're going to kind of do that a little bit. So that one's behind everybody. All these beautiful everythings. The next one can sit in front of things. Hey now, be good girls. So once that dries a little bit, you'll be able to definitely see the difference. Yeah. Tiniest bit of black makes that much of a difference. All right. We're going to rinse that out. Say hi to all the birds. Yep. All right. That brush is rinsed. I'm going to go into the probably like a 3/4 inch brush. Not super big. Kind of flat. We're going to get it a little damp. Not drippy wet. Just damp. What? I'm not feeding you more. I'm not going to feed you more. No. And our lilacs today are going to be like a purpley color because that was what I already had on my palette. And I'll probably lighten it up a little bit with some white, a little tiny bit. But I kind of like this pinkish purpley, kind of a pretty color. Tulips are shaped like a U, the letter U. We're definitely going to add some water to that paint because that dried out a lot of it. All right. So we're going to start at the top and bring our petals down in the shape of a U. My husband's peeking at me now. You want to come say hi? No? You're good? All right. We're going to do a second one. And it's going to live right there. We're doing pretty good. Pretty good. And a third one. This one's going to live over here. Look at us go. 3 tulips. We're going to give them a little more definition in a minute, but tulips. I like streaky tulips, so I tend to like add colors to my paint that make them look a little variegated, streaky business. I also think that they look cool with like these white kind of frilly top parts. So I just bring color down like this. Okay. We're going to do the same thing on this one. A little darker color towards the bottom. Bring up to some frilly stuff at the top. And I love all of these cool fun streaks because I have not rinsed color out and I just keep adding like color to my brush. We're almost done. Like this is going to be done in a second. Because I kind of like it how it is. And there. You can definitely add a lot more definition if you want. Like, so petals for a tulip tend to kind of do that. And then we can just kind of work that color. Like that. So we made that one a little darker, but you can definitely see the more defined stuff now. More defined petal area. Hello, chicken. Are you looking for what's left? Everybody left you. Nothing? They never leave you nothing, did they? Nope. They're pretty good about cleaning up their mess. Let's add more white to the top of this one. A little more zhuzh. A little more zhuzh. I just think they look cool. I like these white streaky stuff. That's who I am. How I do it. All right. I think it's pretty good. Barnboard, some tulips. I think we're gonna add a little bit more like shady stuff. I don't know. I feel like our leaves are a little too one note. So let's do something about it. Hello, chicken. Chicken. Hello, chicken. The TikTok or something like chicken, banana, chicken, banana. I don't know. Something like that. All right. So let's go back into the green. We're going to use the big brush this time. And I just feel like it needs a little extra something. We're going to mix 3 or 4 colors. Why not? Let's see what happens. Maybe I'm going to absolutely hate it. And then I'll be like, why did I do that? Because it was so pretty. And then I messed it up. But let's see. So I think it's going to actually be fine. I kind of like that I added some other stuff to it. Yeah, I think that's actually better. You can kind of see some like darker areas now. All right. This is Lessa. Hi, I'm Jamie. These are my chickens. And this is tulips in front of the barn board that we painted the other day. Barn board fence with tulips. I know. It's pretty good. All right. We're going to rinse that. I'm going to sign this and we're going to call it done. We're going to call it done. Let's okay. What color do we want today? We're just going to do a little bit of that. I tend to just sign my initials. And the wind is blowing. And I'm not getting enough paint on my brush. There we go. Initials in the bottom corner. Tulips. Barnboard. Pets. There were pets. They came for snacks. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me. This one's done. And I'll see you on the next one. All right. Have a great day. Bye.